And that's right, Tatum. Halloween is just around the corner. So, if you didn't join us on Wednesday, if you missed out on Wednesday, what the hell were you doing? No. If you missed out on Wednesday, we did 3 little carvings. I think, actually, in talking with the wife, I think I'm going to make the pumpkin a keychain. We'll put the keychain part in its little bottom part there. But we'll make the pumpkin a keychain. We did a little bat. Carved a tiny little bat. And we carved a little ghost. Or a nose or a foot. Or once it gets painted, it'll really see that it's a ghost. So. Yeah, that darn Sunday stream. Your accidental pumpkin plant? So. Gigi just refused to go to Voorhees, New Jersey. Hell no, I'm not going there, Mom. What are you thinking? Why are you going? There's a crazy dude with a machete out there, Mom. Yeah, Sundays. Yeah, so I'm gonna make those the ghost and the bat are I'm gonna make them into charm necklaces. I'm trying to think of other little things like that I can do to turn into little like carving charm necklaces because I think those are fun. So, oh, there, yeah, partway to Cthulhu, right? But I'm trying to think of other little fun little things like that. Just simple. Here's the thing: I don't want to spend a ton of time carving them because, well, time is money. We were just talking about that a little bit ago, right? You know, how can I carve out time in what I'm doing to do the specific things that I want to do, right? So, but yeah, I need to do just a little. What I could probably do instead of like a big like 3-dimensional pumpkin, what I ought to do is probably just a small like flat pumpkin shape and do that. Oh yeah, just the little crescent moon. Yeah, we can do a little crescent moon or two. That'd be a fun one. Oh, that's awesome. Kits, that's really cool, though. Now you don't have to go buy a pumpkin, right? They can go paint that one. You can have... See, that right there is a blessing in disguise. Now you don't have to go spend money on a pumpkin. Say, all right, kids, go paint that pumpkin. And there's your pumpkin for this year. And then it goes down, and then you got a big pumpkin, and then... right? Just self-replenishing pumpkin. All right, I'm trying to remember my steps that I do with this. So let's separate out the head. I think that's our next piece. There you go. So you tell them now they've got a whole bunch more that they've got to paint. This is one of the things I like about a curved knife is I can actually put it in the line and carry it along. So, dude, Kits, that's awesome. Yes. By the way, if y'all were not aware, I'm gonna promote it now before she wakes up. But if you're not aware, today is Babe's 12-hour stream, right? Is it 12 hours, Kits? Today is Babe's 12-hour stream. That starts at noon, so we're gonna actually raid into Babe when we finish, as we finish up today. I think the only thing different from the other ones that I've got to do is this one doesn't have a cape or like a jacket type of thing. So 12-hour art drop auctions and giveaway. There we go. GG, go get food. So we're going to separate out this area here. And then what we can do, probably towards our last step. One thing I will have to do is on a separate piece, I'm going to have to carve his little machete, and we're going to have to insert it in his hand in some way. So. I know, Gigi, but you got to. You got to. Go get them foodsids. So I will be able to participate in some of Babe's stream. I'll probably be lurking a good bit of it. I'll be at bingo for a lot of it, and I'll be back home when she kind of finishes up. I don't know if I'll stay up till midnight, but, you know. I'll be able to hang out for some towards the end tonight. But I also have a package that's on the way. Is Double R able to feed Gigi? I mean, I only have a P.O. box, so I can't really DoorDash Gigi food, so... Or I would. I'd figure out ways. All right, let's see. All right, Kits, where did we post it? There we go. In my chat, I'm guessing. Yep, there we go. That's awesome. All right, let's see if I can get... That's a nice sized pumpkin plant there, Kits. That's pretty awesome. That pumpkin plant right there. That's really funny, actually. That's really funny. Oh, you know what? We didn't round the top. We got to round the top. We have to be careful rounding the top, though. That's really funny. That's really funny, Kit. Oh, my word. That's too funny. Gigi, that's a perfect picture. All right. That is Project. That's really funny. All right, so my other step was supposed to have been I should have rounded the top of the head. So let's get back into this a little bit more. We'll clean up this area down here. But I keep forgetting that rounding the head was the other part that we needed to do. So let me get back to my Jason Voorhees. So the mask is going to kind of sit off the face. It's just kind of basically just an oval here. All right. So, yeah, not a blockhead. You blockhead. How many people know that one right there? I know, Mitchell, I'd like to date myself. All these young whippersnappers that hang around here. I mean, I fit in more with the bingo crowd than I do half the folks that hang out and stream here. Although, no, I will say I think we're holding our own in terms of our. Yeah, see, Tatum knows. I mean, I'm hitting that Tatum number this year right there. I'm hitting that 44 in less than a month. See, I think I'm like in between the two. I'm like a late Gen Xer. Oh, awesome, Gigi. And I saw that picture. Thank you. That is a great picture. I will do my best to capture that. I'm thinking I might do. Cass has been talking about like relief carving. It's kind of be almost like a 2D, 3D type of thing. I want to try and get his face in an image stuff. So I've got an idea. I've got ideas on how I want to do that. So. But don't forget, there is a package at your post office that is awaiting pickup. So, Siren, welcome in. No, actually, I am working on that little creepy thing. That would be fun, actually. Oh, that's a great idea. Oh my gosh. You know what's funny is how many people have asked about chess sets, and gosh darn it, I don't feel like carving all those pieces multiple times. I don't feel like carving all those pieces multiple times. I am, Joel was mentioning earlier about being ADHD. I don't have the attention span to carve like 16 little whatever. Siren, that's actually not a bad idea. Do resin pieces after carving them. That's actually probably a pretty decent idea. There's a good one. So, 3D print it. That's another real neat idea. Let's see how they turn out first. Oh, free fall, that's not a good sign. Yeah, the resin actually, Mitchell, yeah, that's actually kind of a neat idea. I could totally do that. Well, see, all right, so when it comes to the computer aspect, no. When it comes to the manual aspect, I am happy to do any of the manual work, like making a mold, pouring, and stuff like that. I could do that. I'm not concerned about that part. The computer aspect of trying to take an image and slice it and dice it and do all this out of the other, that's not my forte. If somebody wants to do that, I'm happy to send them the piece to do that type of thing, but all right, forte, great idea, all right? But yeah, Siren, that's actually a neat idea. I like the idea of like casting them, making a mold, casting them. Oh, cool. Siren, I would be. Oh, Mitchell, gosh, Mitchell throwing out the ideas, the resin pieces on a wood chessboard. See, now I got to come up then with all the ideas. Now, here's the first thing. That would be about a year in the making or so. Ooh. Yeah, free fall. That would be. Yeah, that would be a pucker moment right there. Definitely a pucker moment. It's true, Siren. You need a king, queen, knight, bishop, and one more. What's the other one? Rook. Rook, and then your pawns, right? Yeah. King, queen, knight, bishop, rook, and then your pawns. Yeah. Okay. Well, and again, you make a mold, and it's just two colors you've got to pour too. Interesting. So who would we pick? All right, so then let's think about this as like horror characters. If we did little horror carvings like these, like the little Mandalorian, right? If we did carvings like that for a chess set, what characters would we want? And what characters would they be? She a happy camper now? That's why I have my fan on. Yeah, that too. So who would we want as characters, and what pieces would they be? And obviously, I'd have to carve them little slightly different sizes too to be able to do that. But that's what I'm thinking. We could go all out. We could potentially go different ways, but like, yeah, so if we think like Halloween-ish type of thing and horror icons. So I've already got Jason happening here. Obviously, Michael Myers would be another one. I'm just trying to think. That's a face. I mean, yes, it's a mask, but it's more of a face that I would have to kind of get the character of. I'm not sure how well. I mean, obviously that would be one. Freddy Krueger, I think, would probably be another one, right? Scream. Oh, Pinhead from Hellraiser. Who would we have as pawns? Like but the Scream mask would probably be another one. Like the little, maybe that as the pawn. I don't know. Somebody taking notes on this for me. I'm not gonna remember all this. Oh goodness. Oh, Scream could be a knight. Yeah. Gremlins. Oh, that would be funny. Tatum, that would be a funny one. Little gremlins for the pawns. Yeah. Hard part now is I'd have to carve some tiny ass gremlins. if Jason is the queen, because then I've got to make other ones like this big, and then well, I guess they all have to probably be about 3/4 this size. Yeah, that I'm gonna have to recarve Jason as a bigger, or Michael. Yeah, Jason as a bigger one here. But is Gremlins a good pawn? Is there another horror movie icon that would be? Are we leaving any horror movie icons out? I have to admit, I'm not a huge horror movie fan, so I don't know all of them out there. I mean, what about like the Saw character? Is that horror or is that something else? And what about like Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I mean, Gremlins, I don't think is horror necessarily. I think of that almost more as comedy. Yeah, it's a kind of scary movie, but for goodness sakes, I remember watching it as a young kid. But are we leaving anything out? Yeah, see Leatherface. True. Yeah, Freddy's. Yeah, Freddy's a horror comedy in that sense too. But I mean, Friday the 13th, or not Friday, but Nightmare on Elm Street originally was much more of a horror film than a comedy film. But yeah, like Leatherface would be one. Gizmo and Stripe. Yeah, Kits, that would be pretty good. That means I've got a car 7 now. Stop it, Kits. Giving me work. Chucky as pawns. I missed that, Kits. I'm sorry, Chucky. Yeah, Chucky would be an interesting one. That could be a fun one. Whenever I see Chucky, I always think my buddy. That's dating myself. Oh gosh, yeah, the clown from It. Golly, there are some good ones, y'all. All right. There are some really good ones. The clown from It would be a good one. What's his name? He actually has a name, and I can't remember what his name is. There, Pennywise. That's right, Pennywise the clown. There we go. There we go. Tatum knows. What was now? My buddy had a companion doll for girls because my buddy was a doll for boys, and I had a My Buddy when I was a kid. Damn, Skippy, I had a My Buddy. What was the girl's doll called? Who remembers what the girl doll was called? No, close, Tatum. Close. Close. Not big. Kid sister. Yep, there you go. Kid sister. Kid sister. They used the same music from My Buddy, or the same little jingle from My Buddy, and turned it into Kid Sister. Kid Sister. Yep. Oh, I know, right? Cabbage Patch. Yeah, the Cabbage Patch. Dude, that was a craze right there. When those things came out, first came out, golly. I'll tell you what, though, that was genius. The folks that came up with that were genius. The whole Cabbage Patch things. Golly. Yeah, yeah, Tatum, that is very true. That is a little pedo type of jingle there. Oh, there you go, Kits. Absolutely, Fraggle Rock. Here's the kicker. That used to be HBO. Fraggle Rock used to be HBO. It wasn't on network or anything else like that, so you had to be able to get Fraggle Rock. Was it Fraggle? Yeah, Fraggle Rock. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Down to Fraggle Rock. Dunk, 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 dunk. Fraggle Rock was awesome. See, right there, Mitchell, that's absolutely truth, though. But I'll tell you, PBS has always had amazing kid shows. And actually, what's really amusing is one of the shows that my daughter got into when she was little was a show called Word World. And the fun part of that for me was a guy that I went to high school with was one of the storyboard artists for that show, for Word World. So it was really cool. I think we were watching the show and then watched the credits one day. I was like, what? I went to school with him. His brother was my section leader. His brother's actually now the director of bands at Marshall University. So there we go. All right, I want to round off this front face a little bit more. Butter. Good morning. Wake everybody up a little bit. Fortunately, not too crazy loud, but I know that one probably was a little louder than most of us were ready for. How you doing this morning, Butter? I do like the idea of molding these and pouring them. Yeah, kids, I still haven't figured out how to turn down the sound alerts volume. Because I've tried. Though, you know what? That comes through there. I wonder if. I'll take a look. Gotta take a look. So Siren, that was that one there as the redeem, as like a points redeem, comes through a app called Stream Alert, which is linked to Twitch. So you can actually let's see, where is it? In Twitch, it's a sound alert, and it's an extension, if I remember correctly, and comes through. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I have that one set up. Oh, maybe it is a separate one. Let me see here. It's just a source file. There we go. It's just a source file. So that's an easy one. Now, what I use for a lot of stuff, for a lot of my other alerts, like, oh, what was the one I added just the other day? Oh, why don't I just go into it? For like all the sub alerts, like, so when somebody comes in and you hear a song play by their name or whatever, I use an app called Firebot. Oh, here we go. So like this. Boop. This was Sapphire's custom command of the redeem. Sapphire links. She wants something that said no boops. I do that in an app called Firebot, which is a standalone program. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's free too, so that's a nice thing. But like,
that's what she said. Michael.
Any of those types of things, those come through Firebot. So, and you can set them up however you need to. The nice part with that is Firebot is very similar, like a lot of folks that are using like StreamerBot is the new one right now that a lot of folks like. Andy Lippy is big on that one. But that also requires more like actual programming, like you actually writing the program part, the code part of it. I'm a simpleton, and Firebot has basically made a GUI, basically a very user-friendly version of that type of thing. So it's a lot easier for me, who does not know all of that stuff, to be able to go in and just do it easy. Somebody's mowing already? Or are you hearing that on my stream, or are you hearing in your neighborhood, Butter? Because I would say I've got a fan under my desk, which might sound like a mower if it's coming through the mic, which it shouldn't. I don't think it's that loud to come through the mic, but hey, 8 o'clock, after 8 o'clock at 5 in my area, after 8 is fair game for mowing. And I mean, it's, almost 10:30. Golly, it's almost 10:30 here. So, but yeah, I use an app called Firebot. And I just like it because it's very user friendly. It's kind of point and click, and I think I kind of showed some I'm happy to show tutorials on how to do any of that stuff. If anyone's ever got questions, happy to walk through that. But it's a fun one. Firebot's a real easy one to use, and you can do so much with it. So, like when Butter came in, it played his little alert tune, and it's triggered by his first chat message. So I have that set up for myself, because usually I'm not looking at chat. I'm not looking at the screen. So I like to know when somebody's coming in, or somebody comes in and says something. It does okay in terms of picking up most chat messages. I think the downside is it doesn't always get, like, if you just use emotes, or no, it'll pick it up if you use an emote, but what it doesn't pick up if your first chat message is like a sub renewal, and you type something in the sub renewal, it doesn't pick that up, which is kind of weird, I guess, but it's also because it's kind of a sub thing. I'll hear the sub alert, but I won't hear, it won't let me know based on the chat message. So all right, Tatum, let me have it. Yeah, I still need to get your song going. Yeah. I think there's a few that I still don't have for folks. So, there we go. Oh, dude, love me some cake, Tatum. Love me some cake. Does not get enough credit for being such a great group. Love Cake. I'd love to see them live. I've not had the opportunity to see them live. I would love to see them live. Love Cake, though. Totally on board. Let's do it, Tatum. And I like cake, too. Yeah. The food itself, very tasty. Very, very tasty. Have you... Oh, so jelly. I'd love to see them live. Tell you, a crazy band to see live, and they don't get enough airplay. They don't, they may not have the catchiest tunes out there and stuff like that. There's a band that I caught them in college. They're still out there performing. Lead singer's actually the drummer. There's a band called Cowboy Mouth. Super, super energetic performance. Just crazy. Dude's all over the place. She's going the distance. That's right. Cake. Donuts. Speaking of donuts, I saw Shanigan's post, I think this morning, about some wood that he was able to snag up. It looked like a nice deal. Sheep go to heaven, goats go to hell. Tatum, you know Cowboy Mouth? Dude, awesome. Yeah, Cowboy Mouth is friggin' nuts. I remember seeing them in 95. No, 96. It was, no. It would have been 97. It was in 97. It was after the Florida-Tennessee game. And I think it was 97. Had to have been, because I was in college at that time. And they opened for Sister Hazel after the Tennessee game, downtown Gainesville, one of the places downtown Gainesville. And that's the first time I'd ever seen him, but holy crap, that dude was nuts, jumping all over the stage, climbing everything. Crazy. So... you know what's the best? Cake donuts. Get yourself to a Duck Donuts. There you go. There you have both. There you go, Forte. Done. You don't have to pick either. You can have both. Duck Donuts, cake donuts, with the frosting and everything else. Trying to throw bad questions at me. Cake or donuts, what's better? Both. I don't know who you think you are, Forte. Trying to lure me into some weird little thing like, Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which do I like more? Depends on the day. Mitchell, I like pie too. My wife can't stand pie. My wife would rather have cake than pie. I'll eat it all. I'm a fat kid. Put sugar in it, I'll eat it. Well, no, let's not go that far, but... Firkin pies. All right, so when I see the term firkin, I think merkin. Anybody know what a merkin is? I'll show you how depraved I am. Not deprived, depraved that I am. How many people know what a merkin is? What is that emote, Tatum? Hold on. What is that emote? Oh, that's... Tatum knows what a merkin is? Okay. Tatum, you and I are probably a lot more alike than we think. Anybody know what a merkin is? Anybody else outside of Tatum? Pie place on the other side of the mountains, over in like Waynesboro, Stanton area. Okay, I am not familiar with that place then. Yes, that town name is pronounced Stanton. For those of you that are like, wait, he's not saying that right. No, I'm saying it right, according to them. According to English grammar. They're not saying it right, but according to them, it's Stanton. All right, so for those of you who are not familiar with what a merkin is a pubic wig. Chincoteague. All right. So the challenge here. So, all right. So Mitchell, here's the reason why. And this is to the best of my recollection. Anybody that knows more specific is more than welcome to correct me. But it was popular back in, I guess, Renaissance and probably earlier times, where if you got a venereal disease or a pubic disease, you know, like crabs for the most part, right? So crabs hang on to hair. Crabs like hair, right? So what they would do is they would shave themselves bald and wear a merkin so they could take it off, get rid of the crabs. Back and forth, right? So just, yeah. So the, yeah, kind of why is, there you go. There it is. So. All right, we're going to step away from the head for a little bit. Let's do some more body and feet shaping. Not saying I agree with the process, or obviously it's not necessarily sound. Oh, I need a strop, actually. We've been going for way too long without a strop, so we need to take a second and strop. We'll do some cleanup, give my hand a little bit of a rest, but we do need a strop. There you go. Yeah, popular in movies, too. Strop in the name of glove. There you go. That's right. All right. Oof. So, anyway. But no, Forte, I think I've actually heard of the place. I think the wife has mentioned it once or twice, maybe. All right. This is starting to get dirty when I rub that, when I apply the compound. So I think it's going to be time to clean this strop in a little bit. I will say one downside, or one thing that's a little bit disappointing, is I was trying to look and see if I could get more Drake knives, and they're shut. Their website is shut down at the moment. I think there's an illness or something like that with the makers. It's the one downside when it's a small business like that. So. You all right? You all right? You make grocery list? Told the kid to make sure she let you know if there's anything she needed. Said I told the kid to make sure she put it on the list if there's anything she needed or wanted. Morning, May. Welcome back. You finishing your work day back home yet? Might almost be time for sharpening soon. I miss being at that. The picture, my background picture right now. I missed being there this summer. Hopefully we'll get to go back next year before kids' senior year. Be able to go back and spend some time on the lake up there. Such a pretty area. You know, Saki was on. I didn't get to see all of Saki. Pop-Tarts and orange juice. Yeah. Orange juice is a staple in this house. Well, that's all right, May. You need to make sure you just take care of work first. And then you can just relax. And when you're done, just have a nice afternoon. Get the work done. Feel accomplished. And then move on. So... Come on, clear out. There we go. Goodness. My wife hates making the grocery list. I can't say I necessarily blame her. I mean, it's not a fun thing to do, so. Oh, sorry. So, yes. Boyd had Saki on the other night to help him sharpen. And I didn't get to see all of the stream. I did get to catch some of it when he fired up, but I don't know if Saki has shared his receipt of his auction win. I know it made it to him, but I don't. Did he share? Did he happen to share in Boyd's stream the his auction win, his carving? Yeah, May, I know that's what annoys the wife. Is that she's the one that just does the list all the time. And we usually add stuff to it. She's the one, what she really hates is the meal planning. I told her, you know what? The kid and I are actually very easy. You're the one who wants to have something different every week. We could actually probably live on doing the same meals, kind of like my mom did growing up. And actually, I think probably my dad too. Like the kids knew what day of the week it was by the meal that they had for dinner. So, you know, if I had to say something that's changed over generations, I think that's one thing right there. You know, I think, what was it? One of my mom's Friday was always fish because they were Catholic growing up. Friday was always fish. Some sort of fish meal. Was it Saturdays or Sundays? It was beanie weenie. Saturday probably. Sunday was probably meatloaf day. Meatloaf or roast, one of the two. So that's right, shenanigans. There's just too much. We want something different. And it's funny because I've told the wife, and I think the kids actually said it too. It's like, Mom, we don't need to have something different every week. We could easily do, you know, this, that, or there, but she just gets bored. So it's like, all right, well, don't blame us. That's kind of on you right there, Mom. That's on you. So, morning, shenanigans. So I will say, though, one of the things that we do try and do, even with our crazy schedules, we do try and sit down to have dinner as a group, as the three of us. It's only the three of us, so it's a little easier. But it is something that we try and do as best we can. It is hard. The kid doesn't get out of band until like 7 o'clock. So, you know, we that is a challenge for us. But we do our best to make that happen. So, Shannigan's nice score on that lumber and that wood, dude. I could totally take that 8-quarter walnut with those knots and whatnot, those splits. Those would be great into those little art caddies that I'm doing. So, you can just send it my way. Did find a guy locally, it looks like, that has some 8-quarter ambrosia maple that's still somewhat green, but like $3 a board foot. I was like, all right, I can do that. Still very raw and rough and a little green, I guess, still about 15 to 20%. So I'd have to set it up to dry some more before I actually used it, but something like that would be handy to do. So is that a place where you can get regular stuff then, Shannigan's? That's awesome. If that's the case, that's really cool. Oh, there we go. Sorry. Old man grunts and groans. My body has been very sore lately. It's not like I have been doing a whole lot of crazy extra stuff. I haven't. I've actually been, that might be why I'm a little bit sore, but I haven't been doing near as much as I was earlier. But I am getting back to my rowing after having had to take the hiatus due to the floor and the stuff being outside or not, not being accessible. Now, I only did do 3 days this week, but kid and wife go back to school full-time Monday. So I know my morning schedule will get back to kind of where I was at the end of the year last year. The one thing I will need to work out is timing for everything. For stream stuff. So that is something I'm hoping to iron out this weekend. As we go through our weekend here to kind of sort out those details. Get back to a more regular timing and stuff like that. Oh, wow. Dude, Shannigan's, that's pretty awesome. That's a great little resource to have. All right. Work. Well. Is he an ass because of what you're trying to get, or is he just an ass in general? So, I guess that would be part of the question. Let's do. I think what I might do is try to do a slight taper down to the back, and we'll do the feet like that. Because we don't have a coat, just in general. All right, fair enough. I mean, if he was being an ass because all you want to buy is like his offcuts and scraps and junk, then I don't necessarily say I can see where he's coming from, but at the same point, I can kind of see where he's coming from. It's like, man, you're not buying any of my good stuff. You're just buying all my junk. But at the same point, I mean, you got to get rid of your junk sooner or later. So why not sell it and be happy that somebody wants to buy your junk, right? So. Ah, he's that guy. He's the know-it-all. Don't bother me with your dumbass questions type of guy. Gotcha. Yeah, those guys are those are annoying folks. Those are the annoying folks. But that's a heck of a score, though. That's some nice stuff. And for that 1/4 inch wood, that's pretty cool, too. All right, so I'm going to go up to about this line here for the back of the feet. All right, we're going to go a little higher on this side. There we go. Let's separate that out a little bit. Separate our feet from our body. I'm not standing up. Don't tell me what to do. Oh, nice. 1/8 inch. Damn, that's even better. That's awesome. All right, so I don't want to go huge cuts down. I'm going to make just a separation here because I need to have room for his arm at some point over all this. Still, that's awesome. So Forte, did you take your clarinet to Ellsworth? Well, Shanigan, that's why you need to enter the Laguna drum sander giveaway. And actually, there was one locally for like $8.75. Oh no, not Ellsworth. Ellsworth is a guy in West Virginia. What's his name? Yeah. Anyway. Ah, see, there you go. Right on. Nope, that's a good thing. Yep. You're good. You're good, Forte. Ellswick. That's his name, I think. Ellswick. Maybe? I'm trying to remember. Too many L's out there. ELLs. Yep, he's a great local option. Yeah, Shanigans, that's pretty friggin' sweet. I need to, I showed my wife those pumpkins. She's like, not my cup of tea, but I know people like them. So it's like, yeah, same here. That's why if I do them, when I do them, it'll be Facebook Marketplace. Yep, that's perfect, Forte. Classes start next week, is that right? Oh, yikes. Yeah, that's a crazy expensive machine there. But if he's selling a bunch of that stuff, you know, eventually he'll recoup that. You know, he'll eventually realize that expense if he's selling a bunch of that stuff. So primitive was the word that she was looking for the other day. She's like, man, what is that word? I'm trying to remember. But primitive, that whole primitive decor type of idea. So I got to make sure I put that in there. Your final internship, the final countdown, Forte. Diddly-doo, diddly-dee-dee. It's the final countdown. All right, let's taper these feet a little bit. I want to bring them kind of like this. Ooh, shnikes. Haha. Well, there we go. That's the easy way to taper a foot. Not necessarily the first choice, but it worked. Yeah, we almost amputated the whole foot because I was pushing down harder. So, but that's all right. That's why we stop dead in our tracks. So, Forte, I mean, I have no problem sharing my thoughts and opinions on folks that do that type of stuff because I don't want people to get taken by bad folks. Because there are bad ones out there. So, and if I don't know, I will always reach out to my friends and folks in the industry if it's not my area. So, I'm much happier to help folks get a good answer and get the right stuff done than get taken and not be happy. So, oh, the community band? Vaguely, but absolutely should. You should absolutely try. It is always good to be part of a group. Well, probably because there might not be an actual audition process. So, jigsaw type blades. Very interesting. Yeah, Forte, if I had to make a guess, they're just wanting to make sure you can actually play. Like, you can possibly read music and you can play what you need to play as opposed to, you know, holding an instrument and being very terrible at it. So, all right, I'm not going to amputate this side, I don't think. I'm going to do our best not to amputate it. How's that?
You can do it! You can do it all night
Just like what? Amputate? No. Yeah, and I think that's why he's being very vague about the audition. He's just trying to weed out potential people who think that they can still play. You know, going back to our bingo players, the old folks who, you know, used to play clarinet way back in the day and were not very good then and want to get into a group. It's probably just trying to do that. I don't know who the director is, though. I probably know them, but I don't know off the top of my head who the person is. I'd have to look up and see who the director is. And if he's throwing things out like that, I have a feeling he's a retired director. So. Mitchell, you're wanting me to amputate? Is that what you're trying to do? You want me to amputate the feet? No amputations. We're going to go with nice clean cuts to make sure that the feet stay intact. Oh, I can do a great taper. Gotcha. Yeah, we've got it down. I'm just trying not to amputate. That's the big thing. I get too aggressive just because I want to try and move it along quickly. And so I end up taking off more than I need to. And that's what I'm trying not to do. All right, so this one is, we're going to have to go this way a little bit. Yeah, forte that would be. No. Nah, you won't have to have them memorized. They don't have to be memorized. If he is asking that, then that's a bunch of baloney. No. Now, your scales, yes. Your scales you probably need to have memorized. I mean, but like the music itself they're asking you to audition on, no, you're good bringing that in. Yeah, I'm going to leave those overhangs for the arms because I'm going to put the machete in one of them. That was weird. I heard a weird little crackling noise. The music is still playing. It's just really soft. Yes? No? Yes? Yes? No, it's not. Are we playing music? No, there's no music playing. Nobody tell me music stopped playing? Not that I can really hear it. Wonder if that's the fan that y'all are picking up on. Well, let's go. Let's start here. Wonder when the music stopped. It's weird. There should have been music. I usually try and keep it pretty low in the background. So low nobody noticed, right? There we go. Well, it's because I just started up. It wasn't playing. That's why I'm sitting here thinking. I was like, man, it's really quiet. Why am I not hearing anything? Period. Because usually I have it soft on my end. Because I turn down my master volume as well. Like for what comes out of my speakers. But anyway. Got that fixed. I mean, not that y'all are, itching to hear more Harris Heller, but I do like to have something in the background. Howdy, Blue. So first time carving this guy, this is where first time carvings always take a little bit longer. Like I could have whipped out the Mandalorian really quick, just because I know kind of the cut process and that type of thing. First time carving some of these little guys are always a little bit more challenging because I'm trying to make sure that it looks right. So it actually takes me longer as I do my first time cuts and first time shapings. So yeah, I like to have a little background music. It because when I go silent, it gives us something there, just a little bit of something to kind of help fill the void. And try and keep it quiet. Try and keep it lower so it's not crazy loud. So just a little something there. Well, Forte, I don't think it's too bad. 4 days is not terrible.
Maybe
so
I can win a word with you sometime.
you can get something worked up in that time. You'll be fine. Dreadnought Boy, thank you for that follow. Thank you so much for stopping in. Welcome in. In all reality, that piece, the technical and or lyrical things doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be just out of a method book. Don't think you have to work up, a concerto or something like that. If you've got a method book that you use or a book that you're playing something out of, just something that demonstrates the facilities. Ah. Like voice in terms of singing, Forte? There you go. That works. Oh, nice. Is that a Workmaster class or is that something else? All right. Cool. There's that. Oh, stretch. Coffee's done. Put that away. I'll put that on the book so we can bring it back upstairs to read tomorrow. Get our water. All right. So now, trying to force me not to suck in more situations thanks to terrible anxiety and stress. So here's the thing. When it comes to the anxiety and stress thing, I completely understand that. And I think one of the big things, and I'm trying to remember where, it might have been something I read actually in the book that I'm working on. When it comes to stress and anxiety, it's more about putting ourselves into those situations, not necessarily in, overly stressing ourselves into those situations, but putting ourselves into those situations so that we have the experience. I mean, it's all about practice. The more we practice those types of situations, the better we become. The more opportunity we have to learn, how our body reacts, how our person reacts, so that we can try and figure out the best way to adapt to it. All right, I need to find... Oh, there's a good face mask picture. Can I just get this picture? Dang. Man alive. Or just bring your own. Just say, you know what? I've got my own. So, if you need one, I'll send you one. All right, I need to go tinkle real quick. So I'm going to. Let's see. We're going to put that right there. All right, I'll be right back. What did you do with all your chips, gun girl? Did you lose them at some point? Excuse me. That's right, you did. Yeah, so that's in your mailbox along with the other carving too. I didn't realize there were straps. All right, so let's see if I can kind of sketch out as we look at the face over here. I'm gonna work on the mask. I'm going to try and do my best Babe lesson in terms of lining up the eyes and the nose and all the other stuff. So, we got 1, 2. So we're going to have the 3 straps for the mask. Actually, let's do our straps last. Let's do our eyeballs and nose. Let's get that kind of situated first. We'll do our side straps after we do that. Excuse me. All right, hold on. Let's see. There you go. So, nose is going to be kind of right, almost smack dab in the center. And it's kind of a raised dealy bob. And the eyes. Actually, almost triangular in shape. And I think for the holes, I'm just going to paint the holes. It'll come back, Gun Girl, don't worry. All right, so the strap is actually right about here-ish. And so the mask is going to go down and around. That's going to be kind of the bottom of our mask. Nah, no 8-ball. I don't like the 8-ball. Had one as a kid. A little bit more rounded than triangular, but we get the idea there. And then it's just kind of right about there-ish. And let's see if we can bring all these back to meet in the same spot in the back. So we're going to kind of do this. We're going to do the straps very much like we did the belt on the Mandalorian. It's just going to be a little raised area there. And then we're going to, but we do have a lot of room to, we're going to have to trim down here because obviously we want the mask to stick up off of the face, not into the face. So we're going to have to do some very fine detail work. Let me strap that knife again. Before we get into this a little bit more. Clean that up some. I don't know if anyone's ever said that about Jason Voorhees. But yes, I actually do I do want to make it kind of like our little fun guy, so. Alright, we still have some compound on there. Strop it real good. That's right. Yes, it is. It is going to be like a little chibi. You know, Mitchell, actually, I need to do this real quick. You don't have to do the stropping time redeem. If I do it myself, that's kind of as a reminder, hey, knucklehead, you haven't stropped in a while. Strop your knife. That's what the redeem is for. So, but I need to do this. Outside of the big redeems, everybody gets their points back, and I haven't done that in a while. So let's do that real quick. After I strop, we're going to do that. I will have to figure out how to do a machete. I'm going to have to do a little carving. No, I literally give all that back, so. I am, Cass. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to get better. Joel, yeah, I am kind of a little bit. I mean, if you saw me out in the shop, I usually vacuum after I make a mess on the floor and stuff. So, you know, I do like to clean up, but at the same point, if you see the desk around me, it's a mess. So, I like to keep my work area clean. So, all right, there's that. I need to do this real quick before I forget. I did this in Owen's channel the other day. It's like, holy crap, how did I forget to do that? All right, custom command. I can do Bing, Bing. Coins. I've got to do all those. All the coins are done. Yep. All right. Custom carving. Shenanigans, I still need to know what you want for your carving. Tatum, that's actually pretty fun. Pretty funny. Custom carving. I do. I do. I have a whole bunch. I'm working on that right now. But yeah, Shenanigans, I need to know what you want for your carving. You still haven't decided on your carving. Reject those. How about those? Those. Do those. Yep. I do. Let's see. There we go. So Pro Streamer just went and cleaned up his whole request queue. So there you go. Done. All right, so let's see if we can finish this up in the next 45 minutes to half hour, 45 minutes. Wait. Fingers have been stiff lately. So what we'll do is we'll kind of trim the legs in, and I'm going to leave the arms out there, but I want to work on his head a little bit. So let's go along this strap. Kind of get some of this separated. Do some cleaning along here. Yeah, it's been about 4 months or 5 months since I cleaned out my request, my redeems. So there you go. Everybody's got all their points back. Well, yeah, all you guys as mods now can see all that too. So the only points that I actually keep, just as a note, the only points that I will actually take away from your Stream Elements points, or your, I should say your channel points, are the big redeems, like the carvings and the commands. But all the little stuff like hydrates and breathe and all of those get redeemed. The stropping time, those get all refunded. I reject those and refund those, so. Yeah, I got to do something like that too, Tatum. I've actually been thinking about taking the cheap and easy way out of that and doing just carving a wand itself. It's you know, just, yeah. Anyway. I've been thinking about it. I gave a little bit of thought. Not much, but a little bit. I need to take a look because I think the package that Babe sent when I saw yesterday arrived in Greensboro yesterday, so it should be getting here very soon. Might even be here. I don't think it's supposed to arrive today. At least the original thing says it wasn't supposed to arrive today. Not to be here until Monday, but if they got it out of the Greensboro facility early enough, I might actually see it today. So I'm tempted to take a look at the Postal Service and see what's going on there. See if I will see it today. Ooh, that's going to be good. Looks like he's got brains sticking out his head. Nope. I can feel that digging in too much. Tatum, feel free to troll away because for goodness sakes, I really have not even given it thought. And I think Boyd and I, we were joking in Boyd's stream that we'll take the approach of being unbiased and just host the stream because we don't have a dog in the fight, so we're just gonna we'll take the unbiased approach and just host the stream and talk about all the amazing work that the community did on their wands. So that's the way we'll do it. No, I think I think both Boyd and I are trying to figure something out to do. I don't know. And I tell you, that's why I wasn't a very big fan of that as an option. I will say that. And I think, I shared my thoughts, I think in our member chat, our guild member chat. Maybe even in the challenge page itself as we were talking through some of those, but I'm not a big fan of the specific item. Mainly because I don't know. I like the fun that we get to have when we have like an idea or like kind of a subject that can be kind of interpretive. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I saw that Blacksmith Pop was talking about needing to make a case for his wand. If y'all haven't seen his wand, he posted his wand already in the challenge page, and oh man, I knew it was going to look sick. Oh, it's even better than I thought it was going to be. That dude did some great work on his. So, kudos to Blacksmith Pop for making a really awesome wand. And that's the other thing. I look at, what he's done. I think Jack has already done his, maybe. But I look at that and I'm like, yeah, well, why? I mean, why am I even trying? Not a great way to look at it, but in the grand scheme of things, at this point, there's nothing I can come up with that's going to be, that's going to compete to win. Now, granted, we're not doing this to try and win. Yes, we are, but we're not. I mean, it feels good to have an entry that gets, a decent number of votes and does well in the quote unquote competition. But at the same point, we are doing it for fun. We want there to be the community involvement, engagement, and I mean that's one of the things that's kind of in terms of behind the scenes type of stuff. One of the things that we're really talking about behind the scenes in the members, the guild member chat, is we usually try and do new members around, introducing new members around the challenges and stuff. So, we're trying to look at ways to keep engagement, keep people interested and involved. And one of the challenges, I think, as we all look at it, and I think we've also probably all seen it as we've gotten more back to normal. I mean, a lot of this started during pandemic, during COVID, during the shutdowns and lockdowns and stuff like that. And so, people had more time at home to do different things. And so, we also see that there's, the engagement drop off. And I think most streamers have been seeing some of that. Even your large streamers. But we want to see, we as a community here, we love the engagement with everybody. We love the fact that we have such a, what I would call almost a real tight-knit community. I think that's one of the awesome things about what we've got. The trolls are few and far between. At least, compared to like the gaming streamers. I mean, for goodness sakes, if you've ever been in some of those chats, those get toxic real quick. And, I think we're a very fortunate group to not have that type of community, and I think we do that by emphasizing and stressing and promoting the fact that we don't want to be that type of community. We want people to be engaged, and I think there's a genuine, just interest and care and concern level. So interesting part is going to be kind of shaping this as I'm looking at this, but I want to get the big part of this out of the way, and we'll trim down some of the other stuff. Excuse me, as we get into it. But we gotta definitely clean up the head. But that's one of the things that we're trying to look at is, we've seen over the past little bit, a number of folks that have come and gone. We've had, life gets in the way. We know that too. But we're also trying to figure out a way to foster, foster that long-term involvement and engagement and stuff. And we've had a lot of great folks that were part of everything, and again, life gets, life takes over. Situations change in your life, and we know people can't keep up with it like they used to, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We also, and as we move forward with that, we also don't want those types of people, or those people, I should say, to get, to feel like we're, ostracizing them or alienating them, because we're not, but we want to make sure that we are keeping an active group. That's the big thing, is we want to make sure that the folks that we have are active. And I'm not the greatest on Discord and stuff like that, but no, absolutely, Tatum. And I think, again, that's one of the topics that we're kind of talking through in the guild members, is that, stuff does come up, stuff does get in the way, but, being active, being active is a kind of a big thing for all of us. Is we want a community that's active, a community that's engaged and engaging. We look at, the cleanup that the Discord just went through, and part of that's just because the Discord was just huge. It was so big and cumbersome. And so as a group, we decided, yeah, let's clean it up. Let's hopefully try and make it easier for people to come in, engage, navigate. If they don't want to see everything, they don't have to see everything. Let's make it an easier to be involved. Easier to find the things that you are interested in. And, that's one of the cool parts, is we have so many different people and types of people in our group, that, there's probably something for everybody. So, all right, I just need to trim up down here. It's almost going to look like a bobblehead. He's going to have a real big head. Real big old head. Yeah, still need to bring in more. So I'm going to have to bring in the shoulders and neck area even more. And for those of you that are band nerds like myself, tonight is DCI Finals. Looking forward to hopefully catching the end of that. Because I have not. We got to see rehearsals. Or some of rehearsal. But we didn't get to see their full show. We left before they did their full show and rehearsal. And then they got rained out in Winston-Salem for the actual show. So we didn't get to see their full show. And I wish. I don't have a subscription, or I totally would, Forte. I totally would. But the high school director at the high school has one, and so the kids actually do that. The band kids will all do that. But I would totally love to do that. That would be so awesome. I have to think about that for future years. Might have to do that. Might have to do that. It'd be fun to kind of plan ahead with that. But I'm hoping after bingo, I can go over to the high school and hop in to see Blue Devils show. Blue Devils and Crown. Well, Crown will probably actually have played probably by that time. But just even catching Blue Devils rehearsal, their warm-ups and stuff like that is, oh my gosh, they're phenomenal. They've got a good almost 1.5 lead at the moment to win their 20th or something like that championship. So yeah, it would be kind of cool to do a little watch party. Good idea, Forte. We'll have to think about that for next year. That would be fun. That would be fun. Trying to make sure I'm staying close to the line and not going too deep, or, well, not too worried about deep, but going off the line. Last night, band had we had the ice cream shoulder for the band after their last rehearsal of preschool rehearsals. Last Sunday was the end of band camp picnic. Go, kids start back to school tomorrow, or Monday, I mean. They don't have rehearsal Monday night, which is a good thing. But the kids already asked, can I do D&D on Monday? Part of me is like, it's your first day of school, and you really want to go and do all that? But she hasn't been able to do it in a while, so. I don't know if we ever answered her. I don't think we did. I don't think we did. But we'll figure it out. But that's been, as we talk about, going back to what I was talking about a little bit ago, in just terms of, getting busy and not being able to keep up with things, not being consistent or, engaged or active. That's been the hard part for me as we look at the end of band camp, we look at school starting. The indoor season was a little easier because rehearsals ended at a different time than band camp or band rehearsals do. Band rehearsals end at 7. So, if the wife is able to pick her up, that's awesome. So I don't know. We're looking at all those different pieces and how we can make that all work. And, that's the next step for me is just kind of trying to work out where we can go what my schedule will look like, what I can do to make sure that I'm. So it's funny, my wife's like, you can always tell when you feel guilty because you're trying to do, you're trying to do more, you're trying to help out more. It's like, well, yeah, because, I feel like I am not giving you guys enough time to do to do what you guys want to do and stuff like that. So yeah, I do try and compensate, or, maybe it's overcompensating, but at the same point, it's trying to make sure that I'm holding up my end of this deal. So. I think that's as we look at married life and having kids, it's a big part of it. No one person should wield too much of the responsibilities. So. I think that's where resentment can build. That's where just the ill feelings, like people aren't holding their share, doing their share. So yes, I do try and overcompensate sometimes. But again, it's for that reason of, I don't want you to feel like you're doing more than, or that I'm not doing enough of, or anything along those lines. So. Partnership, it's teamwork. Speaking of, let's see. All right. I felt the vibration, but no, all good. We're getting there. 20 to 11. Or 20 to 12, I mean. Let's see if we can just clean this area up. Hard part is we've got a little grain change right in there because of the shape. So we have to take little bits. Go back this way. All right, let's take in our shoulder. You can see I'm not quite symmetrical here. Yeah, that's color right. I need to bring in this shoulder up. Yeah, because his head's still a little wide on this side. We still need to remove that part of his head too. Well, that part of the wood. It's not necessarily his head. So. Here. We'll round off the bottom there too, but we still need to go a little bit more over here. Still a little bit more to come down. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I brought his shoulders down, so I'll bring the shoulder down over here a little bit more. A little bit more of a gradual slope as a steep slope. There we go. All right, let's take off this top part of the head here so we can highlight the straps. Trace our line, trying not to slide over or go too far. There we go. There we go. Let's take our time going through there. Excuse me. Lurk away, Miss May. We're actually closing in towards our normal wrap-up time, so lurk away. Get yourself some food or whatever it is you might need to do. As I mentioned, we're gonna right into Babe Ross today with her 12-hour. I think this is the, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is for her 1,000 followers. 1,000 followers stream. If I remember correctly. Yeah, let's not cut that way. Let's go this way. There we go. Oof. It's an odd angle because of the grain of the wood. Kind of compressing along the grain. So, I'm trying to think in that situation. 2K, oh, 2K followers. Holy crap. Good Lord. Babe just exploded on the scene. She just exploded. Just exploded, and that's awesome. Welcome back, Tatum. Weather turn. I know we've got a nice weekend up here, Tatum. Nice weather down there this weekend. Be nice and fishing weather, maybe. That's right. Her first 12-hour stream was for her 1,000 followers. So this is 2K followers. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, it did. It felt great this morning. Yesterday morning was pretty nice here too. I took the dogs for a walk in the morning. So instead of rowing, I did a walk yesterday. And it's funny, my walk with the dogs is different than my wife's walk with the dogs. Like, we're moving, so. Okay, gotta take a little bit more here. There we go. Let's round the bottom of this mask just a smidge, just a little bit. This might be my new thing. And Tatum, if you weren't, I'd be saying you need to get your butt out there. Yeah, that's nice weather. That's definitely nice weather. I think the only time, well, no, I shouldn't say that because I do get to raid Babe in the evenings. But I think I raided her the last time she did her 12-hour stream. So yeah, there we go. Fun stuff. All right, now I got to shape this nose and this face mask a little bit, and then we're actually probably going to trim down our straps just a hair as well. Just because they are pretty thick. So, and then we've got to work on arms. But I think actually shouldn't be too bad. This might be finished tomorrow, maybe a Tuesday finish or something, but let's see. So we're gonna kind of do Forte's still hanging out. We're gonna kind of do our Santa, kind of the thing that we do with our Santa nose and eyes. We make our little V cut to do our basic shaping. We can shape our nose. So like we do with our Santa Claus, plunge in at an angle. Actually, I probably should have went higher on this. So let's do that real quick over here. Let's do a little bit steeper here and remove this little piece there. Same with that one. We're going to go up to our plunge. And we'll shape our nose some and shape our mask down away from. So let's see. I'm looking up at my picture to keep myself kind of grounded in what I'm wanting it to look like. Because we want to have kind of the nose to the inside of the eyes. Well, thank you, Forte. We're working on it. So now, let's see See if we can kind of shape our nose just a little bit. Want to get a little bit of a round. We don't want to have our square nose. We want to have kind of a round nose. No, Forte, you need to, get your stuff done. All good. And Gun Girl, I'm glad to hear that you're out of bed. You got foodage, right? You said you're getting food. Munching on some grindage. And then we need to separate the bottom of our nose, so we're going to put a little cut there. Because we're going to cut up to it. No more wheezing the juice. Wheeze the juice. Wheeze the juice. Telling you. Those of you that missed the 90s growing up, we had just the most horrifically bad movies. What does that mean? See, that's all Pauly Shore. You got to go back and watch the Pauly Shore movies. We had the most horrifically bad movies. See? But see, you were born in the 90s. That's the problem. If you were born in the 90s, you weren't watching the movies from the 90s. You were watching movies from the early 2000s. Those of us that were born in the 70s and 80s were watching the movies in the 90s and can attest to the fact that they were horrifically bad. Some of them were. We had some good ones. Well, Brendan Fraser and Pauly Shore together. Not a terribly bad movie. Biodome was terrible, though. Was that Billy Baldwin? It was one of the Baldwins. Wasn't it Billy Baldwin? I don't know, Forte. I don't know if he is or not. Good question. I don't know if he is or not. I mean, he was in The Mummy. Stephen. All right, there we go. Stephen Baldwin. I knew it was one of the Baldwins. Okay, Tatum. We're getting close to noon. I want to see if we can finish the nose and the eyes before we head over to Babe's stream. And I'll have to finish up the arms. I might finish the arms up off stream. My desk is always a mess. All right, I want to try and shape this nose a little bit. I know I've said that a couple times already, but I've got to give myself enough room to work with to actually be able to shape it. The eyes are going to be cut in as best I can. Haven't quite figured that out yet. I want to get this nose area done first. No, it'll all be the knife. There won't be any Dremel on this one. It'll be a knife of some sort. Welcome back, Tatum. Also trying not to make it look like an Easter Island figure too. So there's that. Next carving Easter Island head, yeah. Gum gum for dum dum. What's funny is my daughter loved that movie Night at the Museum when she was little. And Bedford, our little tiny town, actually has a little town museum. And she was so insistent about wanting to go to the museum. We're trying to figure out why, but she used to watch that movie all the time. Well, we realized, okay, well, it's because of that. So we went to the little town museum. It was nothing special. I mean, they had some historical stuff like that. Then we finally, as she got a little older, we actually did make the trip to DC to the Smithsonian. And yeah, she actually enjoyed that one a little bit. She was still a little young, I think. But that was good. Yes, Tatum, I will be painting. That will be the plan, especially for the mask. All right, so
Maybe I can whittle wood with you sometime, cool buddy?
Fayette D, thank you for that follow.
Sticky.
All right, so let's see. You can see all the little tiny cuts now. See, look at all the little tiny shavings and stuff. Those add up quick, don't they?